Okay, so I'm here with Joanna and Mark from Christian Aid. They're part of the ACRE network, and we're going to just ask a couple different questions about this event today and see what their takeaways are from it. I know you guys have been involved very closely in ACRE. Maybe you can talk a little bit about how you see that impact investment activity taking place within a larger discussion around systemic change.
So I think the essence of this is identifying the right enterprises. So when we first started looking at this, we were taking a more ad hoc approach to the sort of enterprises that we might be familiar with through livelihoods programs, for example, but then found that actually the amount of time, effort and resource you need to put into bringing an enterprise to investment simply wasn't commensurate with the potential impact you can achieve. So we then took a step back and actually refocused our effort in this area on enterprises that were identified very specifically as part of systemic market programs. So whilst we would always accept that an investment into an individual enterprise is probably unlikely in itself to bring about systemic change, when you see that as one critical tool in an overall program designed to bring about that change, then it starts to be more effective in terms of the resource that we bring into to actually making that investment happen.
So then, if we're thinking about maybe more of the overarching themes of this conference today, are there any key takeaways that are coming out for you inside of the work that you both are doing in this activity?
I think I was struck by a few comments in the room around general unease around impact investment, that there still is, even in the NGO sector, a slight fear that we're all going to turn into evil capitalists, and there's a lot of expectation to be managed on how you're going to be doing it and how you're going to be doing it sensitively, and that working within the investment sphere is not actually changing your way of fundamentally approaching your work, which is the poor come first and how we trying to achieve sustainable development. And I think still having that top level, remembering constantly that you're up against that kind of top level resistance, even within the NGO community, is very important, and something to be emphasising within our rhetoric and the way we talk and act.
And that flows through into the choice of enterprise and the type of investor you're looking to attract. So for us, the right enterprise is probably going to be one with a clear social mission, which we have probably worked with that enterprise to develop. And the kind of investors we're looking at are going to be impact first philanthropic investors. Investors, not necessarily donors, but still in philanthropic investors. So that actually the core values and ultimate purpose we're trying to achieve are shared by all the players in that process.
So, recognizing that this is a rather tough question I'm about to throw at you guys, there was also a mention about how impact investing and systemic change in some ways creates a situation in which you're maybe trying to pick winners. How do you see that working? How do you see impact investing working inside of a larger space in which you're still having a larger systemic impact?
So you're never going to pick a winner every time, but if your process is to identify candidates that you've worked with intimately, sometimes over many years, you've identified a theory of change for how that investment is going to work within an overall systemic impact program, and you are attracting patient capital that is prepared to run with, support, nurture, change the objectives of the investment, move with the company as it develops, you've probably got about the best bet you're ever going to get in terms of using impact investment as one tool in that process of change.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much for talking then.
Thank you.